It's going great. O-line did what they're supposed to do. We came out executed and came out on top.
How much of an advantage is running with the football and looking at the video board and seeing who's coming behind? I see you taking a peek up there.
It's an advantage because it slows you down. Now I know that I can't peek up there. I just got to finish the run, then peek.
John, should it have been this close tonight?
I mean, football is football. It can go either way. I'm just happy that we came out with the win.
Was there still frustration, though, at the end of a night like this, considering what this offense should be able to do?
I mean, and it's no frustration because at the end of the day, we came out, we got the W. We executed the plays we were supposed to execute, even though we were supposed to execute all the plays. But we came out and got the W, so we're just happy for that.
You've had a pivotal role in this offense over the last couple of weeks, starting up for some banged-up guys. Talk about taking the opportunity and running with it.
I just thank Coach Keene and Coach Cron for the opportunity. I text them that mostly after every game. Just thank you for the opportunity because without the opportunity, I'd probably still be waiting my turn. But now that my turn here, I'm taking advantage of it and giving it all I got.
Johnny, the 78-yarder where you didn't score, but you got down to the goal line, how did that develop, and were you dinged up after that play?
I was dinged up. Just the ball hit my stomach. Air came out. But how it happened was it started with the O-line. They made excellent blocks, and I just cut off them.
As much as you spread people out on offense, once you get through that first level, it's a foot race, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, honestly.
You said after that first touchdown, you said it really kind of gave you some validity and felt like you could compete with guys at this level. What does a night like this do for your confidence?
Like I said, the first touchdown gave me confidence. So this one, it don't give me confidence. It just let me know it's game on because next week it's time to play.
I know you mentioned football is football. Coach Strong just said, we have to play a lot better, and we haven't even played our best football yet. We're undefeated. So
we haven't.
What does that say about this team?
That says we got a lot of stuff in store. If we haven't played our best football game, imagine when we do play our football game that it's going to be lights out.
What's missing?
Honestly, I can't even tell you. We just going back to practice to correct the mistakes that we made. Yeah, basically that's it.
It's nice to be 7-0, though, worrying about it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to be 7-0.
You start to run the gauntlet now. Houston, Central Florida, Cincinnati, Temple. Got to pick up the focus?
We ain't worried. We go come play USF football. We coming to play.
Johnny, on that first, I think it was your first rushing touchdown, you kind of lifted up your jersey, showed a white shirt underneath. What was on your shirt underneath? What were you trying to do there?
My friend Eric, we call him Swaddle, he passed away. So he just passed, the day that he passed away was in 2013. So it makes 5 years, so I just dedicated that touchdown to him.
That's awesome. Did any of your other teammates know that was going to happen?
Nah, they didn't. But I let Coach Scrone know, and I told him, and I just kept it under, and I gave the first touchdown to him.
Have you, obviously you've had to step up with some of the other guys in the running back rotation banged up. What's that process been like for you?
It's been great. We can't wait till them guys come back so they can get on the road with us. But other than that, it's been great. Just like Jordan Cronkrite, great role model, taking me in, showing me things, teaching me this and that about the offense because he's been here. So it's just been a great opportunity that I'm getting.
He said he's told you kind of to play as yourself but not as anyone else. Are there any things that you've told him?
Let's go. Like I just basically I look up to him because he's a great role model. He's someone any kid will want to meet, any kid will want to be like because his work ethic, anything you name, he got it, and he's going to go after it.
Is there anyone on this team who can beat you in a foot race?
Yeah, there's a lot of people, but I mean, off season, that's all I'm worried about. But right now, in season, I'm going to give him all.
First two possessions, interceptions, what was going on there?
It was just a little miscommunication on Mitch and I. He got out a little fast on what we were trying to do. So because he got out fast, I threw the ball fast, and I don't know if he was able to get his eyes around completely. It got tipped up and got an interception. That's what happens when the ball is normally thrown high in the middle of the field. Got an interception. The second time to Mitch, I had him open, and it wasn't the wrong decision. I threw a bad ball. I underthrew him. That's 100% my responsibility, and sound like a broken record saying it. We should have came out better in the first half. But I'm really proud of how the team played. Once we got the momentum and got our guys rolling, I feel like we were executing and doing our job.
You got two guys. You had Cronkrite, you had Ford. Talk about the nights they had.
Oh, absolutely. Being able to have both of them brings a lot of good energy, and it allows our offense to be dynamic. And if one guy gets tired, to rotate them. As you can see, they're both really explosive players. Kronk had a big night. Really happy for Johnny. Stepped up, had a really big night. So, you know, just really happy for those guys. O-line did a good job blocking up front for them.
That first interception had to be frustrating because that trailer route was going to go a long way, wasn't it? They bid on the halfback going up.
Yeah, you know, every interception is pretty frustrating, but, you know, luckily the offense does a good job of understanding that it's going to happen. Unfortunately, it did, but, you know, we have to move on and learn from it and keep getting better.
Brett Cecil making his first start tonight. What did you see from him?
He played a great game. Really proud of him. Stepped up big. Another guy that stepped up big tonight. Played really well. Was efficient. You know, it's tough for me to see exactly what's going on up front. From what I saw, I think he did a really good job.
Blake, is the slow start something that you can work on in practice, or does that just kind of have to come in the game?
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, being a little more efficient in practice. We've been last week was a really good week of practice. We were really efficient. You know, it always could be better, but you know, unfortunately, things didn't really work out for us. You know, bad choices on my part, bad balls, and you know, that's something that could have been fixed on the field, and wasn't really necessarily correlated with practice. But you know, just little things like that. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot. We need to do better.
Sure. I know there's a long way to go still, but how does it feel being 7-0 and being one of the last remaining teams to be undefeated at this point?
It's good. You know, we're trying to take everything week by week. Faceless opponent, and you know, obviously trying to keep the streak alive. We're coming out every week to practice and prepare to win, and you know, so to be able to do that now for 7 weeks in a row, it's good.
Charlie mentions you got the freshman, the redshirt freshman, you coming in as a graduate transfer. Cronkrite comes in after sitting a year. Is it possible this team's still almost trying to get to gel as we're almost towards the end of October? Is that possible?
I don't know. It's not really anything I've thought about, or I don't think anyone else has thought about that. But you know, these guys are working really hard in practice, and we're coming out here, and it's not a lack of effort. You know, we really care. We're doing our best. You know, tonight I shouldn't have thrown those interceptions, but you know, I can say that every time I go out there, I'm leaving everything on the field. You know, and I hope that my play represents that. So, you know, we care. We're trying. We just need to get better.
Was it nice to get St. Felix back in the mold?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that was a great job on his part. He had 2 really big catches. I think he had like 123 yards on 2 catches. Is extremely impressive. So, you know, for him to open up like that was really exciting.
This is both you and Jordan's first year on the field here at USF. How comfortable do both of you feel in the offense, and how much more room is there to grow?
I think as comfortable as we can be. You know, I think our performances each week have shown that there's still room for improvement. You know, there's little glimpses of us executing plays the way that we should be on a consistent level. So there's always going to be room for growth, and you know, I think we just got to keep getting better.
The gauntlet starts with Houston this Saturday. How important is it to pick it up at practice now?
Big time. You know, once again, it's a faceless opponent. We want to, you know, prepare as best as we can for this week, and you know, try to come out and play our best ball.
How nice was it kind of playing with the lead this game, you know, compared to not having to come back in the fourth quarter? Talk about being able to play with that lead, although you did slip a little bit at the end, but talk about playing with the lead and feeling confident with it.
You know, I think that's just a repercussion of us doing what we need to do and doing it the way it should be done. You know, and you know, it's not like we go out there every drive and we're down, you know, thinking that we don't want to go score, or that we're up but we don't want to go score. So, you know, we got the same objective every time we get the ball. But you know, it was nice to see that some of the things that we were doing were you know, being done efficiently.
Thanks, Blake.
All right. Thank you.
All right, first start at linebacker, how'd it go?
It was just really fast. It was just a lot of bullets flying. It was definitely a change. Really different from the position I'm coming from. Playing outside linebacker, playing outside the box. So it's just an adjustment. The game started to slow down a little bit more in the second half. So.
What was the trouble in containing the quarterback? Was it, you know, gap discipline? Was it getting beaten at the line of scrimmage? In your opinion, what happened?
It's really just bad fits. Just us really fitting off each other. We were taught in defense just to make each other right, and we just weren't doing that the way we were supposed to. So.
Did UCONN change anything offensively in the second half, holding 7 points, and then they kind of got some drive going?
Not really. They didn't do anything we hadn't seen in the first half or on film. Just really came down to fitting it. It's really the biggest thing. Just definitely gonna go over that this week. Just getting our fits and making each other right. So it's the biggest thing. For sure, Nico's a great player. Great player, great linebacker. He's even one of our team leaders, so it's definitely been missed. But we have a next guy up mentality, and you just want to put the best 11 on the field to go out there and put the best product on the field for not only the fans but for the team.
Should have been this close tonight.
Should it have?
Yeah.
It was a little too close for comfort. It's just a couple of mistakes, penalties. Like I said, bad fits. Really just couple plays away from playing the way we're supposed to. Just the way it happened.
What do you mean when you say bad fits?
Bad fits. So somebody has A gap, B gap, C gap. Say the nose is supposed to get into the A gap, and he doesn't. We're supposed to read off and make him right. So just making sure we fit our gaps, and the safety behind us is the third level. So.
What kind of adjustments did they make in the second half that kind of exposed your defense?
Nothing really. Just.
What did they do differently in the second half than they did in the first?
They just went back to some plays that were working. Nothing like they didn't really block it any differently. Plays that were working for them, just things they had seen. So.
Coach Strong was talking about, if there are bad plays in practice, it'll translate to, bad plays in a game. Did you feel like practice was kind of a rough week for you guys?
I don't think practice was a bad week, but I do understand where it's coming from, where things that happen in practice do translate. You'll see guys miss blocks, and they'll miss blocks in not only in practice, but do it in the game, miss tackling the practice and missing in the game. So it does translate from having a good week of practice to having a good game.
Do you think that's a focus thing, or is that just an execution thing? What does that come down to?
A little bit of both.
Thank you, Greg.
Congratulations on the win. I guess I'll just start by asking about, Johnny Ford. What's he like? I know he's a true freshman, off the field, on the field. How would you describe him?
He's a good dude. He's still finding himself, but as you can see, he has a lot of potential and great talents. On the small frame, he's a great player. You saw what he did tonight. I'm really happy for him, and I'm really proud of him.
5 straight 100-yard rushing games before you tie the record with points in Illinois. How important is that for you?
It's not really that important to me. What matters is that we won. Obviously, I had to play better. I didn't play well tonight at all, but I'm just happy we won.
It seemed on the phone that you got banged up. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
It seems like you and Johnny, again, another week of you guys kind of having to pick up the slack, not the slack, but just, a lot of banged up running backs. What's that process been like?
We just keep each other going throughout the week of practice, give each other tips. I give him some, he gives me some, and we just keep each other going, knowing that we have a lot of shoes to fill, being that people in our room are injured. So,
what are some of the tips that you give him or the tips that he gives you?
I just tell him to be himself, not to do anything that is not who he is. Help him out with plays and stuff like that, just like little stuff, not telling him to be anybody that he's not. So.
Do you know what he was doing whenever he lifted up his jersey? What did he have underneath?
You'd have to ask him about that. Right. I have no idea. He's a character, so it could be something different every time. I didn't even ask him about it. So.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How was Brad Cecil in his first start? How did you feel running behind him?
Hats off to him. He did a tremendous job. As you see, we had a lot of rushing yards, and all those yards, they come from behind him and everybody else on the offensive line. And they also did a great job of keeping his head in the game and make sure he was there mentally, and he did a great job.
Jordan, should it have been this close tonight?
No, it should not have been this close. But good thing is we have another game coming up, and there's always room for improvement.
And next week you go against one of the best defensive players in the nation. How do you prepare for that?
Go back tomorrow, watch the film, and just game plan for it. Like you said, he's one of the best players in the nation, and we're just looking forward to the next task and the next game.
You guys came out fast in the second half again. You guys tend to do that. What did Coach talk about at halftime that kind of got you guys revved up?
It was a 7-7 game. They weren't doing anything that we knew they weren't going to do, and we knew that we stalled on drives also this game, and we knew it should have been a lot. It should have been a bigger deficit than it was, so we got the win.
Jordan, you got your yards in the first half, but you didn't find the end zone until the last minute. What kind of bogged down the offense do you feel right until that last drive?
We're just trying to put the ball in the end zone every drive, whether it's I mean, if we go down there and we stall, we just know that we had a productive drive, but we just come back each drive and still try to fire out. I mean, yes, we had a couple drives where we didn't score, but, I mean, it happens. It's the nature of the beast. So.
You said you weren't happy about your performance today.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly weren't you happy about, and what are you going to do to rectify that?
Put the ball on the ground. Just don't do that. Yeah, I had 100 yards, but, I mean, I don't really care about that. I just got to do better as myself. So. You're welcome.
So just take us through the interception there.
Interception, I was in the middle of the post. I was keying him, and he kept looking down to his left, which is my right. When he threw it, I just broke on it and got paid.
Charlie kind of mentioned it was a frustrating night for both sides of the ball. Just, I know Pindell can move around a lot, but was this overall a frustrating night for the defense?
For the quarterback run, yeah, it was frustrating. Because it was just him gashing us. Other than that, we're going to correct it during practice this week.
You start the gauntlet now with Houston. A little bit of a revenge factor from last year?
Yeah, it's going to be a revenge. I know it's a target on our head, so we just got to prepare this week.
You talk about a running quarterback, though. They have a pretty good one.
Yeah, they got another good running quarterback, which he was there last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he good.
You remember that game last year?
Last year I was red shirt, so I just watched it. But yeah, I was tuned in.
Yeah.
Mm.
Has to be tougher to watch it than to play it.
Yeah, it was real tough, but it still saved the year, so I'm good.
What's this season been like for you? It seems like you've kind of stepped up on defense.
Yeah, earlier this year I was playing corner, and when our guys went down, I went to safety, and I think I like safety more. I'm real comfortable at it.
And then, I mean, you're one of the younger guys on the team. Are there a lot of other younger guys that are stepping up as well? What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it's me, Makai, Bentley Sanders, and Vincent Davis stepped up. Vincent is a freshman, true freshman. Me, Makai, and Bentley is redshirt freshman.
On the sideline and after the game, you're doing one of these.
That's just my signature move. Like, gotta silence the critics.
I got you.
Coach didn't look real happy about the win. Was it a lot of things that just didn't go right tonight?
Honestly, it supposed to have been a blowout. I ain't gonna lie, but it's okay. It's on us.
It's a win, right?
Yeah, it's just a win. It's a win.
2 picks.
So
Oh, my fault. Go
No,
ahead. Two picks in the last 2 home games for you, man. Talk about doing it for the crowd, and you've got the crowd behind you. Talk about what the feelings are when you're able to make those kind of plays.
It feels great knowing that we play at home and the whole crowd cheering for you, so I got to hype them up as they hyped me up.
You say it should have been a blowout. A lot of people feel
you're
right.
Yeah.
So how frustrating is it that this game, the game last week, some of these other games where on paper it looks like you guys should be coming home with much more impressive performances? It's the middle of October, end of October now.
I think teams are just preparing well against us. They know what we're doing. So I think it's just that. It's nothing on our part, but we just got to play harder and execute.
Did you think you were going to score?
Yeah, I thought I was going to score. I should have stayed up, but it is what it is. I'm going to get me another one. I'm going to score.
Do you sneak a peek at the board? You see the running backs looking up to see how you guys are chasing them. Did you sneak a peek up there?
No, I ain't sneak a peek. I was just thinking about my next move. That's all.